Well, now we are just 4 days from Election Day, and we hope that you can join us on Election Night. That's coming up next Tuesday to find out who will win local, state, and federal races here in Arizona. But how will races be called and when? 12 News journalist Colleen Sikora is looking into that process.
To be clear, counting ballots, getting results, and calling a race are all different things, but they are all related, as a race could be called by a news outlet before all of the ballots are counted, but you need results there too. Here's the first thing to know.
Unlike a lot of democracies around the world, the United States doesn't have a national body or some sort of federal entity that declares, calls the winners on presidential elections.
The Associated Press has taken on that role for more than 170 years, and 12 News will wait for the AP to call races up and down Arizona ballots. In an interview explaining the AP's role in elections, Anna Johnson, the Washington bureau chief for the AP, says the news organization will be calling about 5,000 contested races across the country.
While this has evolved and become bigger, the fundamental thing about accuracy and being right and being able to call the winners when there is no path forward for the trailing candidate to overtake the leading candidate, that hasn't changed.
That's the measure the AP uses. Can the trailing candidate catch up to the leading candidate? If the answer is no, the race won't be called. The AP saying they're using not just vote totals, but studying how votes were cast, what votes have been counted so far, and how many ballots may still be left to count.
Once we are calling a race, we're going to put out in those key races, we're going to detail exactly how we did it. We're going to show the facts behind our race call to be transparent, to show our work, and to put that information out there so that people can understand and trust our race calls.
The 2024 decision desk at NBC will also be calling races, including the presidency.
I think that is the question that is on everybody's mind. When will we actually know? And it sort of depends.
NBC's director of elections, John Lipinski, says the reason?
The states count votes very differently.
A factor, early ballots and early voting. Maricopa County recorder Stephen Richer noting in the 2022 election, nearly 20% of all votes cast were early ballots dropped off on Election Day. And those ballots take work and time to process and tabulate.
A place like Arizona or Nevada, those are states that, I would be very surprised if we could project those races even on Wednesday. It would probably take a few days to call them because of the way they process their votes.
Before a race is called, though, results will be coming out. Maricopa County elections expecting that first drop at 8 p.m. on Tuesday night. That'll be made up of all early ballots already tabulated. Colleen Sikora, 12 News.